Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Fancy words, mate, that I read somewhere.
Yeah, because I think it might be Luddite.
I'm a luminous man.
It's the kind of thing, I'm actually sure I've heard George Galloway come out with the word Luddite.
Luddite.
It's the sort of thing.
An absolute Luddite throbbing out
I remember,
of the Bristol bar.
I remember on Celebrity Bar, a whole section where he was just calling Michael Barrymore a plutocrat. You're a plutocrat. Oh, man.
What does that mean?
Let's find it.
I'm
gonna say.
Ah, man, I'm
gonna say it. Don't know.
Sort of.
Somebody that likes cartoon dogs.
No,
I think it'll
somebody
be
that doesn't commit to anything. You just go by your own rules and drown cunts and
and we
sort of authoritarianism.
Aye.
Up their arse.
A person who wields significant political power, influence, or control over society. Alright, that's nothing what I thought it was.
A person who wields significant
great wealth,
significant political power, influence, and control over society, primarily because of their great wealth. That does not describe Michael Barrymore.
No.
At all.
No.
What are you talking about, George Galloway?
Not at all.
We bookended the last episode, it ended the episode and the start of this episode with a bit of George Galloway chat, man.
Aye, it was to be continued.
We need to get him on here, man. Throbbing out, man.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just I don't want to be shouted at, but I feel like he would just shout at me.
He would, wouldn't he, man?
You know what I mean? Because I'm clueless. I know even just about politics, anything. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel that he would
a room full of Luddites.
I think he would just get fucking fed up with me very quickly, like, and get angry.
Aye.
Like, calm down, George.
George, we were just asking how much you'd do a scud for. Do you know what I mean?
We've already seen you in a skin tight bodysuit, mate. It's not that much of a stretch. I am the cat.
Aye, so you're parading about being a cat, you know what I mean? Get off your high horse. Get off your long cat.
Man. Get these assless chaps on you, son.
There's a lot of synergy going on in these episodes, man.
Aye.
Oh, fuck, right. So I've got an idea for this episode, a question I want to ask. Right? I want us to decide what is the worst decade and what is the best decade. Right? But I want some parameters, right? Because I was thinking, you could say, well, it's the 1300s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a bit of diarrhea, it was like a death sentence, do you know what I mean?
The bubonic plague decade.
No, you take a couple of Imodium and it's just a Tuesday, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You get bagged up back then, somebody fucking goes, there's ghouls in his fucking intestines and just gets a saw out.
Your whole family gets burned.
I know you take a couple of Dukalax and you're brand spanking, you know what I mean?
So we're talking about for the 20th century onwards.
Well, this is what we
1420s.
Let's set the parameters. Are we talk? Because you can't really do the 20s and all that.
1930s, man.
The original 10s.
It's quite grim. It's quite grim.
I think a realistic frame of reference would be for the 50s. Because you've got the pure then you've got the 60s, they're all very clearly defined eras. Until you get to the 2000s, then it's just everybody wearing tinfoil, and then all of a sudden it just becomes everything's just this mash, mush, nobody's got any
dire
era.
Era. Let's try and make a diarrhea.
So I don't even think you can include really the 2010s or the 2020s, man, really.
Right.
Oh, we could, if you want. Let's do that. So let's go for the 50s to now.
Say so.
50s to now.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
So
what's the worst decade?
Well,
I've got an idea straight off the bat.
Go for it.
I mean, based on Netflix documentaries, at least, like the 1970s, right? I mean, based completely on Netflix documentaries, it just seemed like everyone's Waynes were getting abducted. And like nobody even batted an eyelid. They're just like, those Waynes have been abducted down the street. I'll probably be that guy in the ice cream van. Oh well, just have another Wayne.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Until they make a Netflix documentary about it. And then you see the Netflix documentary and just how casually they talk about like, yeah, they took our Waynes and went to Spain. We heard from them like a year later. It was the 70s, we had sideburns. What are you going to do?
Aye.
And there was also like in America, like New York was a shithole. And like
like the Warriors, man,
crime-ridden,
sort of thing.
crime-ridden, and like serial killers, wasn't it? There was always serial killers.
There was a boom of serial killers.
I don't know.
Like I've killed 49 people, and you're like, is nobody going to stop this cunt?
Why do you keep telling me this?
Aye, man. No, that's true, man. It's like I was rewatching Mindhunter when they're coming up with the terms for serial killers, and it's if you think about it, it was like a phase of that. They were almost out trying to outdo each other, like with the score card, basically, until forensics came in and went like, nah, you can kill maybe 2 or 3 people, then we will catch you, basically. You're not getting away with it.
You had Vietnam and all that as well.
Yeah.
Aye.
I mean, Vietnam went longer than folk think, no, man. That was right for the 50s up to, like, at least the 70s, maybe even a wee touch into
I
the
think
80s,
it was like
man.
15 years or something.
Was it not like the
Roughly,
70s?
At least,
I
man.
think.
Was the 70s no more when America was there, though?
Oh, no, they were still, I think...
Late 60s,
I'm gonna
maybe?
fuck up the history of this, man, but they were still sort of technically in a conflict in Vietnam, but it sort of ramped up into the 60s, through the 60s into the 70s, basically, but they're always sort of, they had some sort of influence there right for the 50s on, man, because it was all about the rise of communism in the area, and like the Korean War was in about that time and all, so...
I saw a photo the other day and it's like a memorial hang in Vietnam, and this old war veteran for the United States went with his son, and it's like a photo of a wee Vietnamese guy just popping out of one of the hidey holes.
Aye.
And he said the guy thought this would be funny to highlight like how easy it is to hide, and he says my dad just shouted at him for 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Probably had a flashback. He's like, "You fucking bastard." So that's a good contender, I think. But the 50s, I think, just always seems shite and bleak, like Billy Corrigan, like the music, like 5 minutes more,
But that
give
was-
me.
it
Do
was,
you know what I mean? Like pure shite. And then everything became all technical in the 60s.
Aye.
Like, and it just isn't. It's after like.
But then it's, you could argue that sort of started in the 50s. 50s was beginning of youth culture and
But
rock and
that's what I
roll.
was going to say,
Aye.
because
Well,
it
I mean,
was post-war. They
that's
wanted to-
Aye.
That's where teenagers was a first thing.
Became a
you know
concept,
what I mean? Like, and
aye.
they would have
Hey, old
pocket
man,
money.
shove it. No, that,
Aye,
Yeah.
like
sit on it,
what's
potsy and all that.
like hairspray and all that sort of stuff. And that was all like kind of
Rocking around the clock and all that.
Well, no,
Aye,
that was
fair
si-
enough.
that
Do
was
you know what I mean? I
kinda
take it back.
Diners, yeah. Al's
diners.
Diner.
Aye, that's what I always associate with the 50s.
Yeah, big
Oh, no,
sweaty burgers, man.
But Happy
Milkshakes.
Days was based in the 50s.
Big tits.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh.
Milkshakes, it's big sweaty burgers and milkshakes, I said. I can see how you...
We're not going back to that chat for last week. I went on for nearly half an hour, man.
Right,
But then they were saying, would Terry Nutkins do a porno? Do you know what I mean?
no hair back yet.
what about Ralph Malph? Do you ever...
Donny Most,
Donny Most?
maybe.
Did he go into porn? Anyway,
Maybe.
If he's still kicking the ball, man.
Ralph Macchio wasn't far off, I think, till Cobra Kai
Kai.
sort of saved him a wee bit.
yeah. Talk about a cunt that didn't age though, man. Holy
I know,
fuck.
man. Aye.
Guy's in his 60s now. Still
happy
looks
all
like
the
the
good
Karate
genes,
Kid.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Brutal. I mean,
Unbelievable.
even when you watch the Karate Kid, that was like 84. I think he was like almost 30 when he done the Karate Kid.
He was
playing like a
definitely in his
teenage boy.
20s anyway, aye,
Aye.
and he really looked about 13 years old.
Ridiculous,
It's weird.
man.
That's
Yeah.
wild, man. That's
Aye.
wild.
It
So
was.
I think 70s is a good contender, but now is now good. Like ever since Harambe took his wig fucking popped smooth back, man. Do you know what I mean? Ever since he took clean out the game, man, the world's kind of went to tits.
He
Then
was like, so a lot of folks say
Harambe, Prince.
a lot of
and then
folks say it's when David Bowie died.
it's about the same time.
Then the timeline fucked up for there. Like,
Yeah.
like the alien went away when fucking he knew
I'm out of
the
here.
shitstorm was going to come. So you're arguing that it's Harambe's murder case?
Harambe, bang, and then right after it, all the celebrities, remember Hunters like Uncle Phil, fucking Prince,
Uncle Phil?
all that, right? It was all these celebrities, and we were like, how have so many celebrities that are big died in 1 year? So it was weird though. It was like Prince and these big names, then Uncle Phil, and I was like, it's maybe not the same ballpark, but still.
It's hitting a nerve.
It's definitely enough. So you had that, then you had COVID, then you had fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Aye.
now everybody can't afford fucking to buy their messages because of inflation and all that shit.
I mean, if you take like COVID started at the beginning of 2020, or whatever,
Trump's just
went
taking
into
their countries and all that,
Aye.
putting fucking
And the
presidents in
news-
Nike Tech trackies
Yeah, I mean,
and sending
aye.
them to a fucking
News
gulag. You know
isn't
what I mean?
even fun anymore, I don't know. It's
When was it fun?
I don't know, but it's just no that good. Like, have you seen the shit that's in the news now about fucking the China debris that's supposed to hit Britain or
Well,
something
that,
like that?
and then
you're
also-
like, everything's scary, man.
The world's scary now, and it's at the point that it's been that fucked for that many years now. Say, what, 6-7 years, right? that when something happens now that you'd have heard in the 90s or 80s or any other time, you go, what the fuck? Now you're just like, of course. Like, I read the other day, we've got 13 years, the World Health Organisation saying we've got 13 years left of clean drinking water.
Yeah.
But this is because of all the AI centres are taking so much water and that stuff. Then you've got countries like China, India, like big countries like that with massive populations, America, using AI every day, and I think it's something like even using the eye once, the amount of energy that.
I can't get my head around that. See, when I first read that, I'm like, what's it got to do with water? I still don't quite understand.
I think it's something to do with like cooling down the systems or some shit like that.
But it just seems so bizarre. I still can't comprehend just like ask ChatGPT something that cause a tsunami somewhere.
We'll see taxing water on the way. Is it going to end up like water world? You're going into your kitchen and doing a piss in the kettle and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Not a bit of conspiracy theorist and all that, man. Not a bit of conspiracy theorist and all that. But part of me thinks of just like, are we almost tricked to believe right now that everything's like the sky's going to fall down and it's like just be full of fear the whole time? Media, we're getting hit with Chinese debris next Wednesday or whatever. Just always be afraid. And it feels like it's always been a wee thing like that. Oh, be scared of SARS. Be scared of the Africanized killer bees. And you're like, nah, just
never seen one.
Don't want to.
Because I had it there before I was meant to be going away. People were like that to me. Oh, have you seen there's this fucking virus in India? And I'm like, it's 5 people. There's 100 people quarantined. It's a 27-hour drive away from where I'm at. Like, this isn't like everybody's running about with this fucking virus. Like, but then is that because the world is so easily accessible now that all these things would have been happening in the world, but we wouldn't hear it because we were in a smaller bubble? We would hear John Mackay saying what happened in Pollock.
100%. You wouldn't even know. Like, no, totally. I seen a clip on Instagram the other day. It was a guy doing a video of like how you would have reacted to the news before social media. So it's just a close up of his face, and he's done a voice over the radio, and it's like the Americans staged a coup for the Venezuelan president. The guy's just like, It's just like every news story that comes up, he's reacted to it like. And you're like, right enough. Like back in the day when you would have heard news in the radio, you'd just be like, oh, that's quite interesting, I suppose. But like, you wouldn't immediately go on TikTok or whatever, like what are folks saying about this? Is this a conspiracy somehow? Do you know what I mean?
And then the thing would be like, oh, you watched it for a second and a half. Let me show you 20 more of them. Aye, that's in your algorithm.
Exactly. So it gets into folks' minds. They get sort of swept up in a thing. Things.
Zuckerberg and Musk can go fuck themselves, man.
Mind they stopped selling Big Macs when the cows went mental and all that, man. Like that.
Mad Cow Disease, 1984, 95, something like that.
That got real very quickly, didn't it, man? Because it hit you with McDonald's. That's what I mean. McDonald's just stopped selling Big Mac, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like,
some woman from Shropshire like lost her eyes, and you're like, what? She can't even see now, man. You're like, what? You're sitting there with I still was getting Big Macs, mate.
Blind Diner, man. Like, but they stop the Big Macs, mate. Like, no, that's fucking game's a bogey.
But I think it's like, COVID's definitely one. Do you know what I mean? That's fucking horrific. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. What do you mean?
Like COVID in general to the world, because the effects. I like sitting in my house making making a wee bit of chicken, fucking sticking on a fucking box set and all that. Do you know what I mean? Didn't mind that at all.
Love that.
It was the after effects of that with like money and like
how it's changed society, how it's changed culture.
So maybe that's
even the high street and nightlife and all that. It's just going down the pan.
It really
nobody goes out anymore. People work for home. There's less community and less communication, and you know what I mean. Everybody's all closed off in their own wee bubbles, and that's a horrible thing.
And what I was saying to you earlier, by the way, see with the isolating and all that, right? And then like for myself, I work from home for the most part, right? So I went through a couple of years of no going out as much as I used to at all. Yeah. And see now, right, I have in the last year and a bit, I've been making myself be more sociable than just for health, pretty much. But see the amount of fucking wee shitty bugs and colds I catch now, and I'm convinced that it is over that. Like
because your immune system is
stuck away for so long that it's just my immune system's dropped or something.
You've become bubble boy, man.
It must be, like anything. Like as soon as I go in like a gathering, guarantee you, man, I'll feel like shit for about 4 days after it. Like it's fucking bizarre, man. And I never used to get colds easily at all. Might just be getting older, I suppose, just naturally falling apart. But That's been pretty shit, and that's hit me. That's probably worse than the big.
Maybe it's because you keep wearing. maybe you keep wearing your assless chaps to McDonald's, man. You'll catch your death cold that way, man.
That gets those drafts in places you didn't know you had played.
Do the wee draft excluder, man. Get a bung for signs. Lab, nothing. Bang.
Good point. Well made. I agree with that.
Aye.
But so you're suggesting that because of COVID, we are currently in the middle of the worst decade there's been, basically, because it started off with COVID, and then since then
you can't buy
everything's seemed a bit mental.
They're saying like the chances of like people my boys' age group being able to buy a house.
Oh, that shit's off the scale, man.
Aye. I like being able to like just live, mate. Like you see, like for the 90s to now, there was like this diagram, and it showed you different trolleys. What the buying power was, and I know there's inflation, right? But the inflation is so much higher than what the increase of wages is each year that it keeps going more and more adrift with each other. That it's becoming like our nation has fallen. Do you know what I mean? And we are becoming like one of the mad fucked countries you heard about back in the day.
Right. It happens in such incremental stages as well. It's just a wee bit. I went to the Co-op the other day, buying my big bottle of Cobra, my 40 of Cobra. Usually it's £2.80. I know this for a fact. A couple of days ago it was £2.80. Looked at the price tag, £2.90. I'm like, that's so minor. You think I wouldn't notice that you know what I mean? Put an extra 10p in my Cobra, but I notice. Because I'll come in 2 weeks' time and that'll be £3. And it'll be like nobody else has noticed apart from me, but I'll fucking keep my... It's just like, that's a wee example. That's a microcosm of everything, you know what I mean? The housing market, 10p at a time, 10p at a time.
It's something today with, I don't know enough about this, but it is something today with John Major. Right? So, it'll stick with me here. Right?
I fucking knew it, man. I knew it.
Fucking John Major. We need to get him out.
There was something today.
Number 10, you're out of there, man.
There was something today with he might be still kicking the ball, actually.
Sure, John Major's still...
Right, sorry, I didn't mean to derail you. I
think so.
Just need to know. I need to know.
John's did.
Maria,
this decade just keeps getting worse.
First it was David Bowie, now it's John Major.
It's something to do with like Britain and Europe and like a decision he made at the time that at the time gave us that boom in the 90s, like Cool Britannia and all that was obviously happening at the same time, but it was because everybody had money, everything was going well, everybody could buy houses, right to buy for council houses, and you could buy them for fucking pennies.
At some point.
Everyone was in a Britpop band.
Right, but it was one of the ones that happens in decades.
I was in Long Pigs. Remember that well? We were underrated. Still saying that.
The Long Pigs?
Yeah. I spent a week in menswear, but do you remember Long Pigs, man? Obviously you can't put tunes up here for copyright and that, man, but Long Pigs, for all the debate about who was the best Britpop band and that, Long Pigs always sort of get
I don't remember them.
Forgotten in the midst. Yeah, no, like they never had
I
it
bet
big,
if you put
big.
a song on, I'd know them.
Never had it big like Pulp or even to the stage of Manson or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But Long Pigs I thought were always underrated, man. They had some good tunes.
He was looking up John Major now and then. Lawn Pigs?
Long L-O-N-G.
Oh, right, I did have that first, but then I thought it was...
No, there will be Long Pigs, the animal. Like, let's go. 10 band.
Long Pigs band.
Alright.
There.
A few good tunes, man.
Long Pigs, man.
I lost myself. That was a good tune. Cool. A few bands like that, man. You forget about it.
But the John Major thing with that was whatever moves were made at that point in time, like 92-ish, had a long-term effect that we are now seeing the effects of as a nation with like money and all that.
So what was it, like trade deals or something like that?
Something like that. Like I'm not going to sit here and say it was definitely.
So it's not a George Galloway podcast.
But it was 92 and it was John Major, and the decision he made was something to do with like the pound or the euro or not going into being the euro or some shit. It had a knock-on effect.
Strengthened the
but
pound.
At the time, the move he made us. It was something like fuck knows, but it was like something to do with at the time. It meant that we were banging during his reign, and then after that for a good few years.
In debt or something.
Is that like
it was some sort of thing like that where it would eventually lead to this that we're experiencing now.
Right. So is that like what you call like the butterfly effect kind of thing? No,
but I think he even knew at that point. But it's like it's fucking 1982 and you're talking about 2020. Do you know what I mean?
who
Like,
cares?
everybody's gone about in fucking dune buggies in the sky and all that. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Can't even buy a fucking Cobra, man.
I've not got my extra 10p for my Indian beer, mate.
See, the thing is, it's terrifying and new and all, though. It's like, it depends obviously what camp you're in, but like with the AI, like sort of like boom and all that sort of thing, that you don't even know what to focus on. Like, as a kid, I'm talking about like the younger generation, like Danny and stuff like that. It's like, what careers is worthwhile going into doing?
You're going to get replaced.
Because that's what the fear is, you know, AI.
Can't even be an artist now, man.
Well,
right?
You know, absolutely.
It's like, you know what I mean? I'd coming out of lockdown, actually, I was working as an artist for Edinburgh Uni mainly for a few years. And I was like, this is ideal. This is like, for all the talk about AI taking over and that, this is the one thing that robots aren't going to be able to do. And that's the first thing that AI starts to do. I'm like, right,
that's how I've jumped back into wrestling, man, because I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't see an Amstrad getting a fucking Amiga in a heel anytime soon. Do you know what I mean? I think my job's safe for a wee bit. But that's it. You think about it with everything and you're just like, eventually AI will do this. So what are we going to do? So it's the bleakness of now.
Can I jokes?
That's what it is.
Even the 70s, there was, even though there was bleakness, there was also hope. And it feels like the world now has no fucking hope, especially the bit where we live.
Because obviously the thing that fueled most of that hope was cocaine, and you can't even do that now with all the fentanyl. Like, it kind of fucked that part.
There you go,
even the drugs are bleak, man.
Right.
Aye, true. You might have a point, mate, right now.
Because you got people that were drug addicts back in the day, right? And it was just a wee bit of brown, a wee bit of this,
and they were cool, man.
And, no, but they lived a long, but they lived a long time. Now you just hear somebody go into drugs, and then go stronger, then they're dead.
Yeah,
like 2 or 3 years dead.
Yeah,
and you hear that a lot.
They've been screeched.
I've got mates that's happened to. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, well, that back. But then there was guys that were fucking drug addicts when we were Waynes. That you'd still see cutting about Maryhill Road. And it's like, they know the game, man. They're like, nah, you don't take that shit. I just take this. And it's like, fucking, it's weird. They have decades long lifespans, whereas the drugs now, it's like they get into like meth or whatever, and it's fucking gone, man. Do you know what I mean?
Like, because we had like an albino goth.
What the
we had an albino drug addict guy that used to hang about with us, that would sit up the back and play acoustic guitar. And that was cool. You wouldn't get that nowadays.
The guitar being cash generators, man.
Aye, that's what I mean. He'd be dead.
He'd be getting a wee package and a fucking Cobra, man. Good night, Vienna.
Aye. But he was cool. He was a character. You know what I mean? Like.
So what are we saying then? We saying no, or are we saying the 70s?
I think you made a good argument for now.
I mean, to be fair, if you think about the 70s, as much as all the Netflix documentaries make it out like everyone was being abducted by serial killers and laybys every day, which might have been the case, at least the serial killer might have took them to see Star Wars before he fucked them and chopped their head off.
But then a bad point is disco was prevalent, and that's shite.
Yeah, but then punk.
I don't know.
Disco, then punk, man. These are great phases, man.
Like,
I love about Saturday Night Fever.
Like, see when you watch like films back in the day when it's like set in New York.
I'm not
and
a fan
stuff
of
like
ABBA and all that. I think it's all shit.
Nah, that's not disco though, man. We're talking.
I mean, alright, sorry.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
More like
Donna.
Giorgio Giovanni and all that sort of stuff in it. Like
Giorgio Moroder.
Giorgio Moroder.
Right, so you're proving my point then.
The 70s are better.
Aye.
Definitely not.
Because like when you see the like, because obviously that like the way they use film
Great
stock
films,
and all that back then, man, it looked amazing.
But
you know?
those were movies, man.
Aye.
70s is one of the best decades for movies
Without a
ever,
doubt.
if
Aye.
not the best, actually.
Yeah,
So
it's
And
very
that
strong
brings
argument.
us
2020 is definitely not.
Aye, because like, see, even when
everything's just bleak.
and see when you go into movies now, like when you're on fucking Netflix, or I don't know if any rogues out there have a fucking Fire Stick. I certainly would never have a Fire Stick, right? Neither would any of us, you know what I mean?
You rascals.
Aye, scumbags, man. But when you're clicking through like all these streaming services, right, and you see the quality of movies that come out now in mass, a lot of the time you look through and you go, this is pish. But when back in the day it was a bit more harder to make a movie, bit more went into it, and like you go to the video shop, there was a ton of videos that you go to watch this, but now you just sit there and scroll and go, what the fuck is this shite, man? Like utter shite, and there's like a never-ending stream
You
it.
just flick through going like John Travolta will do anything these days, man. Which makes the 70s better as well, because he was knocking it out of the park with every film he was in, man. Grease, bang. Saturday Night Fever, bang.
Saturday Night Fever 2.
And, right?
Actually, I watched
Staying Alive.
Staying
That was
Alive,
1983. directed by Sylvester Stallone as well.
Aye,
But nowadays, John Travolta will just stick a wig on, point a gun like that, and that's basically the film. Pose for the poster like that, and then they'll just kind of build the film around that, with him just doing that for one scene. And then, you know what I mean?
It's an interesting thing about the 70s is I watched the other day a documentary called 1975, right? And it's about movies that were made in the 70s. And it's saying how, like, amazing and, like, how different arts and, like, no inspirations, like, I'm trying to influences and experimentation and all that in movies, right? And then it says that when it got to the point, and it's got, like, Martin Scorsese and everybody in this, it says, see when Rocky won the Oscar, it says that was the end of it. That's when it became, and all of them are saying it, like all these massive directors. So he wins the Oscar and they went, that's when it became commercialism. That's when it became like the person that wins the Oscar is like, this is the guy we can monetize. And you know what I mean? It's like a Hollywood movie and then you can bring out like all these different things to sell and all that. And they all think that that's...
Oh, it was the dawn of the blockbuster.
That's what it was. That was the first.
Well, Jaws was the year before Rocky.
But didn't win an Oscar for the
best
actor.
Best.
It was nominated.
It was nominated for Best Picture and all that. Stallone never won Best Actor. I don't think he might have won Best Screenplay.
Maybe that
would have been... He didn't direct the first one either.
No, John Avildsen.
Because I was sitting there going, I love Rocky.
John G. Avildsen. But so Jaws sort of redefined how much money a film could make. Basically, that was the first one that was just like, holy shit, man, we need to keep re-releasing this because folk want to see it so much.
But even that, it's changed studios team funding.
The day of the blockbuster is over now as well, man. Do you know what I mean? They need to make it like an event thing, like the chicken jockey thing in Minecraft to make folk go and see it, like, which is actually a lot of fun. I like that fucking chicken jockey shit, man.
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what it is.
You know, see that craze that so when the Minecraft movie came out,
is that when Jack Black ran into the theatre and everybody went nuts?
He might have sort of played up to it, but it'd already become like a meme where there's a bit in the film, and I've not played Minecraft, so I don't even get the reference, but chicken jockey appears in a sort of boxing match that they're having in it. But it just became this phase, like a meme craze thing, like the 6-7 thing, that like youngsters just come out of nowhere and it just becomes a thing. And it's almost like the fact that it doesn't make sense is the fun part. So when chicken jockey gets said in the film, all these youngsters in the theatre or the cinema would start throwing popcorn and fucking... But it got to the point that we're trying to outdo each other for the viral videos in the cinema when he shouts chicken jockey. So it started off with like chucking popcorn and like ripping up the seats or whatever. But then folk were taking fireworks in the cinemas and like letting actual live chickens off and all that. And like fucking... So obviously cinema staff were losing their minds like that. We need to put out warnings. But at the same time, man, at the same time I'm watching it, I went to see, I had a few hours to film.
If I was in the cinema and somebody released a live chicken...
It's funny as fuck, man. And the film, I went to see the film, right?
Some minimum wage bastard, poor guys like that, go to catch a chicken.
Fuck my life. Yeah, man. I was actually seeing it in the cinema, which was one of the wee one in Ashton Lane, so it was just a wee cinema, it wasn't even that busy. But even the fact that it was just there was a few groups, like families or whatever, dotted about. I was waiting for the chicken jockey thing, but like, nah, surely, there's just a few folk here, they'll no kick off. But right enough, when it came up, chicken jockey, it was just like, I mean, this sparse cinema, and they're still like, yeah! So he's waiting for that chicken jockey. I'm just up the back, pissing myself laughing. Man, like, this is fun. Like,
see, like, obviously to play devil's advocate, some wee things like that is actually quite cool from a younger generation type thing, because even though things are as silly as they are like that, they will be included eventually in a film or a show or whatever. Because like I'm thinking of like an equivalent with us, like there's been a couple now of Mortal Kombat films, but they've never included the wee guy that goes like whoopsie and that comes in it. That's never been included. But you're thinking if that was made today, that would be included somewhere.
Well, there's a new one coming out soon.
But they want
Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out with.
Because Mortal Kombat...
Street Fighter coming out?
Street Fighter's coming out.
With like 50 Cent.
So fucking excited to see that, man. I love the trailer, man.
In it, I know.
Is he the MMA fighter?
I think he's like... I think...
He's in real life, he's an MMA fighter,
he's
right?
an MMA fighter, but in that he's like the
Joe,
American guy.
He's Joe with the blonde hair.
Yes,
you know what I think's interesting about that, right? So he's just based off the trailer. Because they've used that character Joe for the first Street Fighter film, and you're like, what's this character? I don't remember this one. I think in that film, he's going to be like a joke jobber. where he comes in as this
Right.
like yeah, and just gets battered by Balrog or whatever, right?
Okay, aye.
But it's interesting because in real life, he'd absolutely destroy every member of that cast because he's an actual MMA fighter.
100%,
Right? There's a few wrestlers in it or whatever, and there's, like musicians like fucking
Is
50
Hanging
Cent
on
and
the comedian?
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew
is,
Schultz.
Hakiri, what's the character? I can't remember.
They've not got him playing a Japanese guy, have they?
I think like in the original game, he's got a sort of Japanese name, but the design of the character
Is Western.
is Western, I think.
Right.
He's definitely, I mean, in the game he's like buff and all that, and Andrew Schultz, skinny guy and all that,
Aye.
but for the most part, man, the look of the characters,
They did a good job,
couldn't
man.
get it much better than that,
sure.
man. Apart from E Honda should have the red face paint, but that's a wrestler, fucking Hayuki Goto, New Japan guy, put a fat suit on him.
There's an Indian guy in it, no?
He's a Bollywood star.
Aye.
Yeah.
They were talking about using for some sort of crosshair hang on.
Oh, really?
WXM, aye.
Because apparently he's another guy that's in it that he's got mad fucking MMA training and that. Like he's done a lot of action Bollywood films. So he like knows his stuff. He can probably fight as well. And
That's
I,
what it's like.
I don't know if he can stretch like fucking
They were saying he was
Dawson,
a
but
Bollywood actor.
Aye.
And they were like, we're thinking about getting like a crossover hanging on one of
right.
the shows.
Well, he looks fucking perfect in it and all, man.
Aye.
I'm well excited to see that film.
Aye, it sounds
It
brilliant.
looks like it will be fun.
Yeah.
But like, I think Mortal Kombat, that's when more serious, to include silliness, I think, in there. They went more straight with it, kind of thing.
Well, it's all up to a point. Carl Urban's in it as Johnny Cage.
That's
He's
right.
the sort of comic relief for this new one.
Aye.
So what we saying then? Are we saying new? Or are we saying 70s?
Is worse news worse than the 70s?
Aye.
I would
You'd need
say,
to talk to someone that was alive in the 70s to compare it, you know what I mean?
I would say
They're
now,
not here.
I know,
George
but
Galloway is not here. Throbbing out around
more's the
town
pity, man.
as we speak.
He's in a gay club right now,
Aye.
throbbing out.
I'm going to say now,
He's absolutely throbbing out his nuts.
I'm going to say now, and I'll tell you why. Because we're not finished this decade yet. We know the 70s had a good ending, and we can look back and then go, what a time.
Yeah, man.
But now, it's like,
You don't know how this is going to end.
no, I don't imagine it ending very good.
And I don't think
be
of
honest.
any way that this is going to turn round.
No, I don't see it improving very much.
I
so
don't know, man. I'm not by nature an optimistic person, but I think people almost...
Mate, the water's running it.
I know, but...
The water. Mate, there'll be no bottles of water here, mate. They'll be drinking their own piss, mate.
Again, not to be a
Nature
conspiracy
finds a
theorist
way.
and that, but I think shit like that might be... I don't know. I don't want to say exaggerated, inflated.
The
and all
World
that.
Health Organisation said it, mate.
wait
Who are they
until-
getting paid off by?
Wait
Yeah.
until
They're all
fucking-
at me.
wait until
Don't get me started.
Lizards are behind that fucking organisation.
Wait until 2029. We're sitting there
No, you're
with a
talking.
pint glass of water with a big shit in it, and we're like trying to drink her in it and all that, and then we're like,
Lumps,
"This is
man.
fucking miserable,
Chugging
man." You know
down
what I mean?
lumps.
Nobody's releasing Jaws nowadays, man. Like,
So we're saying no. So we're
I'll say
saying
no, aye.
The 2020s.
aye,
Right. So we do need to ask the question: what is the best one?
80s,
Yeah, straight up.
because that was the
No,
that
man.
was, that
90s
was
is fucking.
the 90s, was brilliant.
fucking
The
badass,
90s is a personal favorite.
I do think it's between the 80s and 90s.
But 80s was the year when we realised what things could be.
He-Man.
He-Man, Ghostbusters, WrestleMania, all this stuff. That's when we realised what was possible.
Aye.
And it was all spectacle.
And again, cocaine.
And it was all fresh.
A lot of cocaine going about.
And all that sort of
Aye.
stuff. Whereas the 90s was amazing and just an absolute skip fire of a decade. But it was so fun. But I think 80s, just because it had that cocaine sheen to it, kind of thing.
Again.
And had Charlie Sheen at his most sheen.
Glistening, man.
Aye. So I would say 80s in that regard.
Right, so I'd say 90s, but I could be persuaded otherwise because
Go 80s,
the
then.
90s was...
Go on. Go on. Choose the
Jump out of the
80s.
fence, man.
Aye.
No, so I'm saying this because see the era of just no one giving a fuck. So your jackasses and all these sort of things and everything
Aye.
just being a bit more rebellious. Like rebellion, I
Attitude
think,
era and all.
peaked.
I'm going to go
in the
90s. I'm going to change it to 90s.
So you started pure Illuminous, fucking rave, Eckies, all that,
Aye.
and then it went into Britpop, Cool Britannia,
Yeah.
and by the end of it, we went into pure sheer rebellion, no giving a fuck, and just everybody being a rebel and all that. Tell me that isn't gleaming, man.
Aye, but that's the thing.
Charlie Sheen was Dane Hunners then and all, man.
Aye, no,
It was Den Hunters of Gear. I don't know about films or anything like that.
and everything, all of my favourite things were the 90s and all. Obviously, it was all peak shit, man. You know, Red Dwarf.
Television.
Television. Just Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf. It did have its peak in the 90s. That was the best series.
Aye, 100%.
Series 6, man. Gunmen of the Apocalypse, man. That's peak.
Aye,
and obviously, like the Attitude Era and all that as well. Everything was just felt so, pardon the pun, raw and fucking experimental and stuff like that. So, anything could happen on it. Every now and then you'd get a wee flash of gooch on Channel 5 and you'd be blown away by it. No, you take that for granted.
Confessions of a window cleaner, just his arse gone, it's gone wow.
Graham Gooch, you mean? You like, Graham Gooch on Channel 5. 100 greatest cricket moments.
Just wee glimpses of him.
Glimpses of Graham Gooch, man.
But
it'd be fair, we bet you in both of them.
Channel 5 owes the late night fucking frolics to them still existing today. That was the glue that held it together. The game shows where you could win £100 on during the day, it was pure shite. All their daytime stuff was
Whittle
guff.
with Tim Vine, man.
I mean, pure guff.
Which I think, what's the show now? There's a game show now where they start off with a big group and sort of whittle them down to is it Tenable or something like that? There's one of the big game shows now where I've seen it and went like, you've ripped that off Whittle with Tim Vine, Channel 5 in the 90s, man. I remember that. That's probably on some of the old tapes, man. Along with, you know what I mean, Red Show Diaries and fucking.
And that's the only reason that's on the tapes, mate, because you just press record and went out for a night, mate. You're only watching Whittle, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Press record and just walk away.
Totally. Watching Tim Vine for a chug, man. I was never that desperate.
Tim Vine.
What about him?
There's a guy who could do porn.
Aye.
Maybe.
I mean the name as well, Tim Vine.
Tim Vine, aye.
Swinging off a vine, man.
Aye. The main vein.
Right,
Tim Vine's like, nah, he would never slip into that.
Nah, he's probably still prevalent.
He's a busy guy. Man. Jeremy Vine's
take it back, Tim Vine. But 80s or 90s, I just think 90s computer games were all banging. Computers were banging. You had the start of the PlayStation, you had the SNES, the Mega Drive.
I mean, 90s video games, man.
A lot
that
of like,
can't be beaten, actually.
Movies were fucking
First Tomb Raider.
TV shows, sketch shows, everything entertainment-wise was
Fast
just,
show, aye.
Do you know, like
amazing?
Like in
Shooting
the 80s,
stars, fucking everything, mate.
Yeah.
like obviously there was like sequels and all that before the 90s, right? Big sequels and stuff. But do you think the 90s was the sort of birth of the shitty slapped together sequel to big films? So you'd get like, you know, Jurassic Park 2 and all that sort of stuff that I thought they were good, but they're nowhere near the original.
Aye.
Whereas like in the 80s, obviously you got Ghostbusters 2 and all that, but they still made an attempt to make it the same level of quality and all that kind of thing. But in the 90s, you would just get slapped together fucking, there you go.
Aye, like, and Mighty Ducks were nearly the original cast in it. Mighty Ducks 3 and all that. Do you know what I mean?
So I think it's because maybe it was because it was a lot easier to make films in the 90s than what it was in the 80s and stuff like that as well, because more accessible equipment and stuff. So, aye.
I'm trying to think.
Possibly.
Oh, you got a couple of stinking movies,
like,
90s and all, man.
Oh, aye, like Lawnmower Man 2 and all that sort of stuff. Wait, The Fly 2, was that 90s?
That might have been late 80s, man. We're talking maybe 89, 90.
89,
The Fly
90.
2 is decent, though, man.
I liked it. Like honestly.
It's way more depressing, man.
That's the thing, though.
Mind the bit with his Doug? Remember that bit?
Oh, aye.
Oof, still sticks with me,
I know,
man.
it's grim.
Devastating.
The ending is so grim and all. It's satisfying, but it's grim. But see, like my ma couldn't like afford to take us to the pictures a lot, so I would get a lot of the old shitty sequels. Oh, it's The Fly, and it's The Fly 2. So I grew up thinking, well, this is fucking brilliant, man. Like, but obviously Jeff Goldblum's nowhere to be seen though. But I've got a very soft spot for the film.
See, that's the thing. The new and all. Right? See, back then you get a tape, you watch it to the fucking tape wears out.
Oh my god!
Right.
I watched
The wheels come off, man.
Beetlejuice every week.
Exactly.
Man.
Dumb and Dumber for me, I can't count how many times I watched that.
For me, it was See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
But
That was the one I probably
Really?
watched most in the world. And I
you
just
name
always
What
watched
point do
that.
you pause that at as well? We all know
We
that.
know
bit.
about it.
Right.
We know about it.
It's offy. I remember seeing that as a kid, and I'm like, "This is on in the afternoon." Like, holy fuck!
I've
We've all seen Weird Signs.
I think
Oh,
I've said
Christ,
this
aye.
before, but see when I first got the tape of See No Evil, Hear No Evil, I was blown away by those bits. Because obviously the first time I'd seen it was like daytime on Channel 5 or something like that, and obviously they cut the bits out, so I didn't know they existed, man. I was like, there's tits, what the fuck?
Aye.
Is this where he hodds her up with his cock?
Well, he's not, but aye.
Stick him up.
Yeah, she comes into the shower and he's like, "Stick him up."
Aye. And he's like
Gene Wilder getting a swatch there, man.
Aye.
Yep.
And when Richard Pryor's like playing the blind Swedish scientist or something like that, and then he's like, what's the first thing that comes in? He's got mad blindness. What's the first thing that pops in your head? And he's like, pussy. Like, I can't remember bits like that in there either. Brilliant, man.
But this is the thing. It's a question for you. So you watched them to the wheels fell off, right? Name a movie for the past 10, 15 years that you've watched and then went, I want to watch that again. Now, you might have ones that you watched maybe once again or something. Maybe like Wolf of Wall Street, right? But that's a Scorsese movie. That's a throwback to a bygone age.
Queen of the Ring was good.
Queen of the Ring.
With China.
We always come back to China, Cheggers, Bobby Davro, Honky Tonk Man, Staples, George Galloway now. Aye. Welcome to the fold, man.
To be fair, there are a few films that have come out in the last decade or so that I do rewatch, but it's like for different reasons maybe than I used to watch them when I was a kid or like younger or whatever. I used to watch stuff like Beetlejuice, for instance, or Back to the Future, or like fun films. But now when I'm older, or dare I say it, I'm more mature. Like now I will rewatch films because I don't know, there's something about them. They're not like fun films, they might be dark films.
Engaging.
But I'll find new bits to... I just enjoy them for different reasons. Like, for instance, right, there's a film called Prisoners.
Right.
With Jake Gyllenhaal,
film,
Hugh Jackman, that I'm just like, I don't want to say I became obsessed with it, but I started wondering why I liked this film so much, why I kept going back to it, and it has a lot to do with just the atmosphere, cinematography. It's like I sort of rewatch things for different tastes now, maybe. Right. It's that director as well, Villeneuve or whatever, done the Blade Runner sequel.
Suspiria remake.
I've not seen that actually, but The Arrival with Amy Adams. Sicario. Shit like that. I've watched Sicario a bunch of times when I wouldn't watch that when I was a kid. For the themes are too adult. You know what I mean? It depressed me if I was a kid. It scared me. But now I just I've watched that a bunch of times because I'm like, I fucking love this film. Like, Benicio del Toro's a badass, and it's the way it's made. So shit like that. I will rewatch films that have come out in the last 10 years, but made out of, I don't know, respect for the filmmaking and shit like that. Like, I want to study this almost now. Whereas back in the day, it's almost a comfort thing where I want to see Marty. I want to see Marty McFly. Fucking, I know he's gonna, you know what I mean, save the day in the end. But I need to rewatch this or that. Back to the Future's another one where it was like I'd always watch that in afternoon TV, and then if you actually get it in DVD or whatever, you fucking watch it and download it. I forgot how much swearing and shit there is in it. Like dirty stuff. Folks say shit constantly and son of a bitch, you know that, man. Like, this was a kid's film
you got that
in the 80s. Who Framed Roger Rabbit and all, man. It's filth. Like,
You'd always get it
the
with
Monster
the first
Squad
one.
and all had quite a few. They had a few examples of like fucking dropping F-bombs and all that, man, and shit.
You'd always get it with the first ones. They were a bit rougher around the edges, better swear words and that, and then as soon as they knew it was something that they could monetise, it went more family friendly. The worst like the follow-ups, the sequels would always be...
What's the example of
like
that?
Ghostbusters, for instance.
Exactly.
The weird thing is, though, is like with RoboCop, right? When they brought out RoboCop 2,
that's
I think they
better.
probably went even more R-rated, but then they brought RoboCop 3 was like, what the fuck
That was like a TV pilot, almost, RoboCop 3.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no swearing, no blood. Yeah, you can't do that to RoboCop. That was the same when they made that RoboCop like reboot. And it was totally no blood. It's like a no bad film, but you're like, don't make it RoboCop if you don't see a guy's cock explode at some point. Do you know what I mean? That's what everyone remembers when he's holding the woman. Like, what you gonna do? He's like, pam, 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 pam. He's
Robopolis, man.
Yeah, man.
RoboCop.
Shoots him in the dick, man. You can only get that with Paul Verhoeven. You know what I mean? You don't get films like that anymore.
No, you really
Has films like Total Recall, when Arnie just pulls a random guy in front of him in the station and just
so grim, man.
just like just like blood bags going off like that, man. And you wouldn't in a film now, you wouldn't get the hero just pulling a random civilian in front of him.
No,
bulletproof vest, man.
It was such a shame.
We'd all be cheering that and all. Like, yes, man. Arnie's got away for the cunt.
Because it's like
he's just pure bleeding out, man. His family are wondering where he is.
It's not even that. I realised rewatching it again. It's not even that he holds him and you just see the guy explode like just as tourist like that. It's not even that. Then he throws the guy's body down and totally unnecessarily he runs away, and then Paul Verhoeven included a shot when the bad guys are chasing after him. One of their boots just goes and squashes this guy's face. Just again, piling this guy's fucking misery on top of it. He's already dead, but let's fucking stamp in his face again.
Excuse me, Mrs. McCaffrey. I'm afraid it's going to need to be a closed casket. We've tried. There's nothing we can do. We've got wire, everything like the best of the best have tried to. There's no face there to rebuild. Do you know what I mean?
She's like, did Quaid get away? She's like, they're like, yes, oh, he didn't die in vain. That's fine.
That's the thing.
He served a purpose. My husband.
How many films have you seen with Arnie and all the other action heroes where their main story is gone on revenge because somebody's killed their wife or their son, daughter, whatever, and it's like, where's that cunt story, man? You know what I mean? Like they're gonna want Quaid deed, man. Like you know.
Where's his story, man?
Well,
So they bought me a baddie's shoe, mate. Like, fucking.
Instead of doing the shit remake of the film, which is just not going to work out as well, do that. That's a more interesting angle.
Exactly.
Explore the story of the henchman.
Aye.
Well, that's a good thing about that. Again, to bring up that Sicario film about the cartel and all that. Like there is a whole bit where it follows what in any other film would have been a random guy that Benicio del Toro shoots in the back.
I've not seen this.
Right? Have you not seen it? It's kind of spoiling.
You really would enjoy
spoiled
it.
that a wee bit, so forget that. But basically, through the film, it will sometimes cut to a guy sort of try to bring up his Wayne and poverty.
A normal guy.
He's got a machine gun sitting there, and you find out he actually works as a cop, but he still like lives in poverty and blah blah blah. So the whole time you're like, why is it showing me this guy's family and backstory and that? And then it gets to a point where you're like, all right, it's because it's one of those bits, almost like Austin Powers, when they're like, no one ever thinks of the family of an evil henchman. Do you know what I mean? You never hear about the backstories of that guy. So like, well, that's one of those rare films. You're like, fuck, shit like the cartel does affect fucking ordinary people everywhere, man. So it's like, that's why it's genius.
It's really, really good.
So what are we saying then? As we wrap this up, so we're saying the worst decade is the 2020s.
Now.
And we're saying now, right? And we're saying the best is what with these what I go
I'm
for.
going to go 90s.
I'm going 90s.
Right, I'll need to concur in 90s, man.
Aye.
And we're saying the best decade is the fucking 90s, man. And it is. It fucking is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Started the internet and all that, man.
Aye.
Proper.
Sunny.
Just downloading pure slow, man. You've spun to load by the time it gets to their tits, man.
Aye.
I didn't even know she had her muffet, man. It was about 20.
Aye, man. Napster, man.
Nah, man.
Yeah, the
Just
genesis of that
all
stuff.
sorts of songs,
Yeah, man. 3 hours till you can listen to Jungle Boogie, man. Those were the days.
Worth it.
Aye, totally.
On MSN chat and all that,
Yeah, totally.
ASL and all that
You
stuff.
can listen to break stuff by Limp Bizkit, but it sounds like it's for the inside of a fish tank, man. That'll do.
And the internet wasn't controlled then.
Aye.
No.
So anything seemed possible.
Free reign, man.
Aye.
Yeah.
Time capsule.
Aye.
Brilliant.
I mean, download some music, have a chug, play Promotion Wars or Extreme Warfare Revenge, you know what I mean?
All at the same time.
Aye. Look up wrestling news, fucking, aye, just the best, mate.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking best.
Aye.
I did hate it though when it was a family computer and you had to have a pure
It was all
ninja
just
chug.
caked.
Aye, a ninja chug in the living room late at night, man. Hoping nobody walked in the hall, man.
Aye, danger wank, man.
Aye.
Yeah, I mind mum all that. Why is this toilet near the computer room blocked? I'm like,
Mate, blocked.
there's quite a few hankies get chucked in there.
Like, why does it smell like fish?
Oh shit, man! That's when you're at the age when fucking, you know what I mean? Spend about 3 hours to watch a 10-second clip of Rocco Siffredi, and then you create, you know what I mean? You produce volumes of fucking toilet clogging effluence, man. What are you gonna do, man? Those were the days.
Arcing ropes of jizz.
Fucking ropes,
Throbbing out.
throbbing out.
Right, fuck it then. Now is shite. 90s was the best. And aye, you got any plugs, mate? You want to hear more of this? Go to the comedy festival.
Aye, Glasgow Comedy Festival. I've got a couple of shows, including The Wee Man, Mr. and Mrs. at the Wee Room at the Stand, a 2-person play written by Rabsina Nesbitt creator Ian Patterson, as well as hosting a night of comedian rap battles at Blackfriars Basement on the 27th of March. Check out the website and the brochure for prices, times, etc.
There you go. So, this has been the Heavy Good Podcast. Hope you've enjoyed this. It has been fantastic figuring out what was the best and worst decade, apart from the part where we figured out it's the decade we're living in now that absolutely sucks balls, man. However, don't let that get you down, right? It's going to be fine. Innit, man? It's got to be brand new, man. Someday will fucking reanimate Harambe and then it'll fix the timeline and then Uncle Phil will come back and then we'll all be brand new. I swear. It's got to be sound, man, right?
Wouldn't it be reanimating Harambe? You'd end up with a King Kong situation, man. Like, busts free and then he's fucking...
It's even worse now.
I know,
It's
man.
even worse.
Why did we make him 12 times the size he was before?